Hi, playful friends. I have a fun piece of content for you today. So I've been talking to a couple friends recently about how they feel like they're addicted to caffeine, but the caffeine headache is so awful that they can't figure out how to get themselves off of that. And next week, I start coaching my monthly detox group. And one of the things that we detox from is caffeine. We detox from that for 10 days. So I was just coaching that group through how to detox from caffeine without getting a detox headache. And then I had a conversation with this other friend who was saying, oh, I'm so addicted to caffeine, but I can't get off of it because it gives me the worst headache ever. And so I figured maybe if you're struggling with that, here's some information on it. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Hallie Paulson. I'm a certified personal trainer and a whole food nutrition coach, and I specialize in helping women get motivated and staying consistent with food, nutrition, and exercise. So check me out, www.playfulfitness.org, and let's talk about caffeine for a couple minutes. So caffeine is a super complex thing. It's a super complex drug, really. And if you want to go way down a rabbit hole, you really can do research on both sides, research that shows that caffeine is amazing, research that shows that caffeine isn't. Honestly, I think both are true. Coffee is an incredible antioxidant. It has all sorts of cancer fighters and positive chemical reactions in your body. It's a really amazing thing. It also can be addictive, and it can have a stress response on your adrenal glands, which is something that we don't want. If our adrenal glands get too stressed over the course of our lives, that's when we start getting adrenal failure and funky stuff with our thyroid, and our hormones get out of whack. So it's really one of those things that we want to have in balance. And in order to have coffee in a healthy way, one of the things that I recommend and that research recommends is that if you're going to have coffee, you have it with food. Part of the main reason for that is that you want your energy to come from food. So when your body is needing energy and your body is ready to process energy, or it's low on energy, you want it to be burning real food calories to give you that energy. And often what happens is we wake up in the morning and we pound a cup of coffee before we do anything else. And so instead of getting energy from real food after an 8-hour fast, which is really what sleeping is, our adrenal glands go through the ceiling with adrenaline, and we're running off adrenaline. We're not running off real food, which can exhaust your adrenal glands, addict you to caffeine because you're not getting it in balance with real food energy. And so it causes all sorts of problems, and you don't get the amazing benefits that caffeine can give you. So if you're in that boat, I highly recommend detoxing from caffeine and then adding it back in a healthy way. And here's how you can do that without getting a caffeine headache. So first of all, tomorrow morning or this afternoon, whenever you have your coffee, have it with food. If you have it in the afternoon, have a cup of coffee with an apple and some almond butter, something with good complex carbs, some healthy fats, and some protein so that you're getting energy from real food and not from coffee. Then for about a week, start slowly switching your coffee to another lower caffeine drink. If you are someone who drinks coffee 3 or 4 times a day, start by switching your coffee to black tea. It has a little bit more caffeine than green tea, but less than coffee. So start switching to black tea. Then about halfway through that week, switch to green tea. If you're someone who only has coffee in the morning, start with green tea. So tomorrow morning, switch to green tea instead of to coffee. You're going to do this for a week. And then you're going to mitigate that caffeine headache with caffeine. So what I do is I make a jar of coffee when I know that I'm going to be detoxing from coffee, and I hate the caffeine headache. It's the worst. So make a jar of coffee, switch your morning or your afternoon coffee from coffee to green tea, and then if you start feeling that caffeine headache come on, grab your jar of coffee and drink 1/2 inch to 1 inch of it. So you're not having it to like give you energy or boost your energy. You're just having it to mitigate that caffeine headache. If your caffeine headache doesn't go away in 40 minutes, so set a timer for 40 minutes. If you still have a caffeine headache, have another 1/2 inch of that coffee, and you're going to do that for a week. Eventually, your green tea is going to push your coffee craving out the door. You're going to have mitigated your coffee headache by just having little tiny doses of strong coffee caffeine. And by the end of the week, you're going to start tapering off of your green tea as well. So for example, if you start this on a Tuesday, You're going to do green tea with mitigating that coffee headache for 3 or 4 days. After 3 or 4 days, you should be off of that coffee hit and you can start tapering off your green tea. And by next Tuesday, you should be totally off caffeine and you won't have a caffeine headache. Here's why I think it's important to detox from caffeine, other than we want our bodies to process real food. One of the things that I coach clients through is I have a once a month detox group. So every single month I coach a group of clients through a whole food detox. That's a 10-day hard reset to set up a 4-month process of bombarding your body with whole food nutrition. If you're interested in that, leave me a comment or shoot me a direct message. I would love to talk to you about that. It's one of the most fun things I do. So I do that every single month, and here's why. If you are going through a detox process, you want caffeine out of your body because caffeine is processed through the A1-2 detox chemical process in our body. That's how our body processes and excretes caffeine. And so if we're going through a whole body detox that includes food and alcohol and sugar and all these other things, caffeine is taking up some of that pathway that our body is using to detox from other chemicals in our life. And so if you're doing a detox, you want to be off caffeine so that your body has that whole detox pathway open to it so that it can detox from all of the other pesticides and chemicals and things that our body is in contact with all the time. And then once you're detoxed from caffeine as well, you can start adding it in a healthy way so that you get all the benefits from it and none of the junk from it, none of the bad adrenal failure kind of junk from it. So that's a quick heads up on how to detox your body from caffeine without getting a headache. I love coffee. I will preface this with that. It's my favorite thing. It gives me joy in the morning. I love coffee. And I take my body through a once a month detox from caffeine, and it's been really, really healthy for me, and I've seen it have incredible benefits for my clients. So I hope that helps you think about your caffeine relationship in a different way than maybe you've heard it before. If you're interested in doing a detox with me, please do. And if you're just interested in finding out more about me and Playful Fitness, follow us on Instagram at Playful Fitness. Join our Facebook group, which is Playful Fitness Bringing Back Yay. Or shoot me a direct message. Check us out at www.playfulfitness.org. And I hope to see you in a detox in the future. All right, have a great Tuesday. Bye.